This is weekly reset number 78. And I've been reviewing my notes and journal entries from the beginning of last year. And I wrote this phrase after a coda call that I was on, and the phrase is, I am worthwhile. And when I heard the person say that, I was like, ooh, I like that. And I wrote it down, and then I was reading through a recovery book, and I wrote this down. Whenever our sense of value is increased, our sense of power and our ability to make money often rises by the same token. If we empower ourselves in some way, our sense of value and our ability to make money may also increase. Conversely, if our ability to earn or make money decreases, our sense of value and power also seem to decrease. Therefore, a change in any one of these three affects the other two in the same direction, up or down. And along with like a personal intention that I was trying to set for the year, I was writing these things over and over throughout my notebook. And I even wrote down the definition of the word worth, just to remind myself of what it means. Worth, equivalent in value to a particular sum or item, deserving to be treated in a particular way. Synonyms include price, cost, valuation, estimate, benefit, good, advantage, use, virtue, sense, desirability. One of the things that drives me, that motivates me, that has encouraged me to continue on my personal development journey is just the sense that I have of not really like feeling worthwhile, but wanting to like wanting to understand the definition of what that means, and like feel it in my being, and then like act and behave in ways that reflect that worthiness, and even just like the sense that I know what that is, like within myself and my life and things, you know. Yeah, so early on in my attempts to like learn more, I was attributing like the idea of like attaining that worth, or that feeling, and like feeling like complete and whole. Like I was attributing that to my relationships, and wanting to connect with people in a particular way, and then like if I were to do that, then I'd feel better about myself, I'd feel worthwhile. And then it was like going back to school, and then having a particular job. Those are the things that I was trying to connect with to feel worthwhile. And now I'm like, I just wanna like check in with myself, and build healthier habits for myself, and be more consistent. And I was reading through something at the end of my journal, and actually let me read that out loud, because I thought that was important. So yeah, I was writing that down over and over throughout this notebook, and I was like, I tend to do that when I just want, like, I was like, maybe if I write it down enough, like standards, it would it would, I'd be able to like, to believe what I'm writing, you know, like believe what these words say on the page. Sometimes I'll read a thing over and over and over and over, just trying to like break it down a little bit, in my mind, so that I can process it, so that I can like consume it well. Yeah. Oh, I also wanted to say that at the beginning of last year, I started reading Honoring the Self by Nathaniel Branden. And again, just really wanting to okay, so I like figured out that that I needed to improve my self-esteem, right? My self-esteem was like in need of boosting in order to like make these other things happen, right? I feel like I've known that for a while, and I was like, I've been reading all these blogs and listening to all these people and trying to get to the other side of what it looks like to have healthy self-esteem. And yeah, so in his book, he writes, self-esteem fully realized is the experience that we are appropriate to life and to the requirements of life. And when I read that, it made sense. More specifically, he says, self-esteem is 1, confidence in our ability to think, confidence in our ability to cope with the basic challenges of life, and 2, confidence in our right to be successful and happy, the feeling of being worthy, deserving, entitled to assert our needs and wants, achieve our values, and enjoy the fruits of our efforts. And that I wrote down because it made sense to me, and I was like, okay, how do I go about attaining this? You know, this sounds like what I need, right? So yeah, I spent a lot of last year again like wanting to like figure out how to like have confidence and self-esteem, right? And then also like figure out how to or like what projects to involve myself in order to like showcase my experiences and then like get a higher paying job, which is something that I want. And it's just been a really long journey trying to figure all that stuff out. And yeah, other things that like motivate me and drive me are like my need to take care of myself and my children, and support us financially, and keep shelter and food. So like those basic essentials. And then like beyond that, like wanting to like self-actualize, and the journey that's been to like, okay, what does that look like and sound like for me? So I've learned a lot about things that I don't like. That's helpful. And then slowly also like things that I do like, and like, okay, how do I get paid for these things? And like, is that even a realistic thing? And like, maybe there are things that you like that you don't necessarily have to monetize. And so I've gone through all of that. I think last year I was I was going through that very heavily, like, okay, I'm gonna like blog, and I'm gonna get into like marketing and all these other little interests that I have. And it's like, yeah, but those are like long, what's the word? You have to play the long game with those, right? I was like, what can I do? Like, what can I leverage now? You know, eventually I landed on the customer success field. And but I'm glad that I have been exploring and using this channel in that way to kind of like share my thoughts, and wanting to hold myself accountable and set due dates and try and figure out how to like keep them, and things like that. So yeah. Oh, that's so funny. The other thing that I was thinking about is like the idea of stability, and wanting to feel stable, wanting to feel secure. That's something that drives me because I don't naturally feel that. But it's something that I want, you know. I don't want to feel as worried and concerned about certain things that I worry about. Yeah, I wrote a lot. I am worthwhile, worth the time, money, or effort spent. I was also thinking that, like, I'm thankful that I've been consistent with my journal keeping. You know, I feel like this is a where I can hold all of my what feels like crazy, you know, and madness, you know, and all over the place, you know. It feels like that. Last week I meant to say that, like, something that I learned last year about myself was that I'll say, like, I don't know if that makes sense, or like I feel like I'm all over the place. You know, when I noticed that, when I ended up catching that, I was like, at first I was like upset, and then after a little while I was like, it makes sense that I would feel that way, right? Journaling helps me to like just like hold that feeling. And I also brought my other journals because this is my current journal that I'm writing. I've been writing in this one for a little while. Oh, since the end of last year, I've been writing in this one. And so, I mean, obviously it's taken me a while because I've been using this one and the Panda Planner, and I bought this red one that I started writing in for my customer success notes that I was taking, and then like HR stuff that I was trying to remember. And now I've been writing notes for these videos, that the most recent videos that I've been doing. I've been writing notes in this one, but I didn't this past week. I didn't write in that one. I was writing in this one. There's a method to it. There's a method to it. Yeah. So and then also writing affirmations. That's really helped me to change my mind, change my thoughts. And I'm glad that I was able to complete the case study that I put together last year of a affirmations app that I dream about developing one day, and just kind of like fleshing out a little bit of like those starting steps for that, because that has reminded me that I'm a creative person and I can complete the what are they called? Personal brand deck slides, and some other deck slides that I'm putting together currently. And I'm like in the starting point with those. And I reviewed the purposeful affirmations case study from last year, and I was reading it and I was like, oh, this is really good, I like it. Oh yeah. That was fun. that's motivating me and encouraging me and driving me to get these other pieces of content out, so that I can share my story with potential employers. And yeah, I was thinking, wouldn't it be dope if we had safe spaces in our work environments where we could be our authentic selves, where we felt psychologically safe, right? I'm currently experiencing like, I feel like it's been pretty consistent, just like sadness, heartbreak over a lot of things, and also knowing that like I have to like continue to work and things. So like, how do I manage that? But also like not, yeah, how do I manage that, right? How do I work but also like take care of myself and things like that? And something that motivates me is like wanting to be a part of like or being at a place where like we're able to like provide like resources, and even just like saying like, hey, there's a lot going on, people, make sure that you're like checking in and like taking care of yourself and taking time off, and like, you know, if you need to talk to someone and like things like that, you know, like let that be the norm. Because like it's weird, like if we're at work and like things are going on in the world but like there is no mention of that at all, it feels weird. Like it feels like a whole, like we're entering into this whole other world with like we're not able to like mention those things or discuss those things, but we do. And I'm like, how much of that can we really talk about or share or mention or note at work, you know? But I'm like, in a way, I'm like, there are places that exist where that's a thing, right? Where you have like group huddles and you're like, this and this and this is going on. Anybody else have anything else to share, right? That's what I envision. That's what motivates me. So when I make these videos, I feel like I want to at least be creating a little bit of that space for myself anyways. You know what I mean? So continuing on. Goal. Continue doing the things that bring me joy, that make me feel good about myself, that will help me grow, It doesn't have to be perfect, and the outcome doesn't have to be pretty. I just have to keep completing things, see a project to the end, and learn from my experience. Yes. So I did a little bit of writing yesterday, and I'm going to take the next couple of weeks to before this weekend is over. I wanna set a couple of due dates and finish up my pitch slides and yeah, probably do a little bit more writing. And yeah, so I'm gonna take a pause from recording these videos for the next couple of weeks, and hopefully I'll have made a little bit of progress with some future work ideas that I have, and I'll be able to share those things. And this last little quote that I have at the end of this notebook from early last year. Actually, this thing that I wrote down says, small improvements make a difference. That's good. And also, we begin where we are and build our strength from there. So, I am trusting myself, trusting the process, and trusting everything that I've shared in this video. So I'll be back in a couple of weeks and I will share some more. Peace.